Nah, I gotta get this on camera. Nate, how much money has your brand made this week?
100K.
100K?
Yeah, like 100K.
Oh my god. Bro, that is fucking $14,000 per day.
Yeah, you wanna see how I did it?
Yeah?
Today is a very special day because I'm gonna be breaking down everything that went into my brand that I've been scaling for the past little while that has been clearing over $100,000 consistently each week. So make sure you guys stick around for the full length of this video because I'm gonna break down every tip, trick, and secret that's went into how I've scaled this brand, and also of course reveal the exact product. Let's get straight into this and make sure to pull out your notepads and pens because it's gonna be a good one.
All right, so it's been a little while since we've done one of these, and I thought now was the perfect time to be revealing everything to you guys. So the product that I've been selling over the past few months, the website, the landing page, how I came up with the product, and how I decided on all of these things that ultimately made me multiple six figures, and in a very short period of time, over $100,000. So as you guys can see, over the last 12 months, we started the store towards the end of August or beginning of September, and we've already crossed $600,000 in sales. We were doing consistent six-figure months, but over the past few weeks, you can see a little bit of a landslide here in terms of the sales performance, and that's because of supply chain issues. At the rate that we scaled, we've been facing a lot of issues with our suppliers. We worked with 2 or 3 different suppliers throughout the course of this store so far, but because of the nature of the product, which I'm about to get into in a minute, I'll explain why supply chain became very, very difficult. But first and foremost, to show you guys that this store is not clickbait, and I did not clickbait you guys with 100K in 8 days, I'll refresh the entire dashboard here for $600,000 in sales. And then if I go to the custom date range, over January 30th to February 7th is when we cleared $100,000, about $103,000, $104,000 in 8 days. Now, the way that I came up with this product idea was super simple. I was just scrolling on my burner TikTok account, which basically optimizes my feed to show me winning dropshipping products. The way to do this is to set up a TikTok account, and every time you come across somebody selling a product, whether that's in the form of an organic video or an advertisement, you want to engage with that ad or that video. You want to pretend that you're a customer and almost do a purchase. Go through every single step of their funnel, but of course don't actually pay for the product. This is going to tell the TikTok pixel that you are somebody with purchase intent, otherwise profiling you as a customer on TikTok. And so what's TikTok going to do? It wants to keep you on the platform, so it's going to keep serving you up winning products like the one you just found. And after a little bit of scrolling, I came across this product, and I knew right away that this was a winner for so many different reasons. And as soon as I found it, the first thing that I did was set up this website. So I'm going to be scrolling on this website for you guys on mobile view, just because it's a lot more important to optimize your website for mobile. Not that many people are purchasing products from a Facebook ad or from a TikTok ad on their desktop or their PC. These are people that you're catching on impulse with your video ads, and therefore they're probably going to be scrolling on their iPhone throughout the day, and that's how they came across your product. So it's super important that you guys pick a clean theme that is optimized for mobile. There's so many free ones on Shopify, or you can use ours as well. I'll leave that for free down below with a ton of other resources in the description. But as you guys can see, this is the product right here. Before I get into all the other variants, I'll just explain what it is. So it's a personalized custom canvas. Now, like I said, we've added so many different variants, which means that people can get exactly what they're looking for. But in the beginning, this was the first product that we had right here. It was so simple. It's just a street sign with a couple of different names. And in the background, you have some clouds, a nice sunny day, blue sky, so on and so forth. So here's a few different images that we have on the product page. Now, the really important thing with product images is that they're clean and high quality. So for this type of product, we obviously opted to have studio photos first because we want to showcase how the product looks in action or in somebody's house. But then the third one actually shows a happy customer who purchased the product, and the look on their face tells you everything you need to know and the type of excitement that you're going to get when you receive the product. Now, the last one is just a sizing reference, which is pretty important because the way that we've laid it out is the #1 upsell for us is simply the size. So if you pick between different sizes, you can see the price raises. So it starts at about $54 and goes all the way up to $180 if you were to get the largest size. Now, you'd be surprised on this store for us how many people opted for the largest size or a larger size than the cheapest one. So that's where we made a majority of our profits every single day. Now, down here, we've added one more upsell, and that's a custom frame. So if you click with frame, it will actually change the product images on the website to showcase what the product looks like when it comes with a frame, which is pretty cool that we were able to implement that. And I feel like that definitely made an increase in our conversion rate. So as you can see, I have the maxed out variant right now, the largest size with the frame, and that comes to about $229, which gives us a massive markup and a massive margin to play with when we're running paid ads, especially at scale. Now, here's where you can input the custom stuff for your product. So for example, the year, as you can see at the top of the sign, it has the year and then the names. So all they have to do is simply put the year, 2023, first name Nathan, second name Nazareth, and then when they add it to the cart, they're gonna get their custom made product with their names inside of this portrait. Now, before I get more into the landing page, I'll tell you exactly why this product was able to do so well in such a short amount of time. First and foremost was the virality aspect of it. When I saw this product and I saw it doing well on an organic TikTok video, I knew that there was so many different ways that I could advertise this right away. This is probably the number one thing that I'm thinking of when I'm choosing a dropshipping product in today's day and age. It's not how good is this product, how much of a problem solver is it, or has anybody ever seen anything like this? No, it's simply how many ways can I creatively advertise this product? And immediately when I saw it, I knew there was so many different angles that I could take. This is the perfect product to gift for somebody else. So for example, you've got Mother's Day, you've got Father's Day, you've got Christmas, you've got birthdays, you've got baby showers, you've got weddings, you've got a million different things that a custom portrait would be good for, and therefore a million different ways that you can actually advertise it and bring that to life inside of your video ad creatives. Now, the second most important thing here is this product had a high markup or a high perceived value, meaning that I found this product for relatively cheap on AliExpress, meaning that I knew I could get this product for relatively cheap, but I also knew that I could sell it for a substantial markup because it is a product that people don't perceive as extremely cheap, especially when they're buying something that's custom made or that's built for somebody else as a gift. In fact, people don't even want to cheap out on these type of products, so you can afford to add quite a healthy profit margin on top for you when you're selling this product. And the third thing is that this product had a large and hungry market. I mean, think about all the different angles I laid out to you guys before. Pretty much everybody who's scrolling on social media could find a use case for this product at some point in time. And again, that's because this product makes an amazing gift in so many scenarios. So knowing that the market was pretty much endless, I knew it was only a matter of time before I could get the right viral creatives and start making a ton of money with this product. And of course, lastly, it is relatively unique and hard to find, and it does solve a problem or a pain point for a lot of people. Now, tips for you guys when looking for a product like this: organic research, number one. So like I said, scrolling on a burner TikTok account, scrolling around on Facebook, scrolling around on AliExpress, just opening your eyes up to see what's out there, especially on social media. But number two would be spy tools. If you want to spend a little bit of money and you want to skip a lot of that process, I'm always looking at spy tools. But mind you, I'm also always doing the organic method as well. And the organic method happens to come in my daily life. Look, my social media accounts are optimized for this kind of stuff anyway. When I go on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of my feed is either entrepreneurial stuff or entrepreneurial creators or dropshipping and TikTok products and what's selling right now. So the way that I've laid out my socials anyway means that I'm already gonna come across these things on a day-to-day. But on top of that, of course, I'll use spy tools. Now I'll have Minia linked down below in the description, which is one of my favorites, as well as Zendrop. They also have a part on their platform that is dedicated to helping you find winning products. And these spy tools are pretty much a cheat code. I'm sure you've heard of them before, but basically what they do is they filter through the best and the most high performing Facebook ad creatives, TikTok ad creatives, and you can add all different kinds of search queries, like how many likes does this video have, how many shares does this video have, what's the engagement. So it can actually show you the most viral videos in real time that are doing well for your competitors out there. And then you can simply pick one of those that you know you can market creatively in a ton of different ways and replicate the exact same thing that I did with this store and this product. And when it comes to suppliers, I always get the best deals with Zendrop, so I'll have them linked down below in the description for you guys as well, with a custom offer for you that you're not gonna find anywhere else. So they have the most competitive rates on products. Like I said, they also have a ad spy tool where they show you the best winning products out there right now. On top of that, they house products in the US, so you can get really fast shipping. They have the best support 24/7 around the clock. So if you ever need any help sourcing your products or taking care of fulfillment, they'll be there to help you like that. And the best part is the entire thing is automated. So when I first started with e-commerce, I remember I used to have to upload CSV files and send them directly to my private suppliers for them to fulfill it. But now with Zendrop, in one click, they take care of all the order fulfillment, all of the tracking, and it makes things so much easier. So like I said, if you want the best rates, you want to source pretty much any product you can find, and you want to do it in the most competitive way, I'll leave the link down below in the description with a custom offer for you guys on the Supplier as well. Now jumping back onto the landing page of the product, just below the section where you can actually customize the product, you can see we've done things very clean and simple. And you'd think we'd have a lot more going on considering the amount of sales that we've done on this product, but the truth is you don't, and you don't need to. In fact, adding a lot of the fancy upsells and bells and whistles sometimes overwhelms the customer and it holds them back from making their purchase. You want to actually focus on removing as much friction as possible from the buying process, because these customers, like I was saying earlier, are coming from TikTok and Facebook and these social media platforms where they're scrolling endlessly to get some cheap dopamine throughout their day. What you're doing is you're catching them on impulse and you're redirecting their dopamine hits into buying your product, typically through a very well-made creative that evokes some sort of emotion in the customer that's viewing it. And what that means is this customer is not in a buying frame of mind, because if they were, they would go to an existing brand that they already know of. For example, if I'm in the market to buy an iPhone, I go to Apple. If I know I need a new laptop, I'll go to Best Buy. If I know I need to buy something for my house, I'll probably go to Walmart or Target. But these people don't know what they need yet. And so the point of you making these creatives is to not only solve a problem for them and show them a product that will benefit their life, but it's also to make them aware of the problem in the first place, to catch them on impulse and to have them purchase. And so because they don't know you, they don't trust you, they're not gonna go to your brand, they're not in a buying frame of mind when they're viewing your ad, the last thing that you wanna do is overwhelm them with a million things on your landing page. You wanna keep this part as clean and simple as possible, even as you scale into 7 figures. Now down here, you can see we have a couple different drop-down menus. We have the print and size info because that's one of the most important things. And then we have shipping and delivery. So people wanna know right away before they buy some product online off of TikTok when they can expect their product, which is why I almost always have this near the top. And then of course, some kind of guarantee, especially when the product is a little bit more expensive. People really need that reassurance, and the guarantee is one of the best ways to do this. Now below these 3 things, we just have a couple of high quality gifts of people putting the portrait up on their wall, and the looks of excitement in their face, the looks of happiness when they're actually receiving this product is really what evokes that emotion for somebody who's coming across this for the first time. Again, a couple simple studio photos showing them exactly how this process works, and very, very simple benefit driven copy. And then at the bottom, we have frequently asked questions. If the product is anything over $70, $80, $100, again, the guarantees, the frequently asked questions, all these things are very, very important. You don't have to put them right at the top, but they should be on there somewhere, because when somebody is spending $100 or $200 with you for the first time, chances are they'll still want to make somewhat of an informed purchasing decision, even though you caught them on impulse. They're going to look around your website a little bit more than you expect. So you just have to make sure you have a lot of these basic questions covered in case anybody's worried before they go ahead and make their purchase. And then of course, one of the most important things is to have tons of high quality reviews. It's okay to sprinkle in a few that are 1-star, 2-star, whatever, but the majority should be 5-starred, and the majority of them should have images included of how the product actually looks in action. So yeah, really that's pretty much all it takes to build a simple high converting website and landing page. I don't even want to touch on the homepage or anything else too much because again, it's not important. But if we go over to Mother's Day, this is where we cleared the $100,000 in 8 days during the special promotion that we ran over this time period. Now Mother's Day worked really, really well because this is a perfect, thoughtful, sentimental gift to buy for someone like your mother on her special day. And this is exactly what we tapped into, offering so many different variants and options. And again, luckily with Zendrop, they were able to introduce us to suppliers that had options for these custom canvases that we didn't even know existed when we first got into the space and looked at this product to start selling. So my recommendation for you guys is to build something very, very similar to that. And in fact, my software will do it all for you entirely for free. So down below in the description, you'll find an AI store builder that'll build you a dropshipping store in less than 10 minutes. Now, of course, it's not gonna come out the exact same way like that store because you're gonna need to add some of your own custom images and things that you find along the way at the end, but it's gonna give you the basic theme, template, and everything that you need to get started right away. So it's gonna cut down so much of that time before you can just start selling and start seeing if your product is a hit. So just to recap, some of the most important things when building a website just like this one is a trustworthy and safe design, lots of social proof, great content and images, attractive offers and deals, especially for special events like Mother's Day, and upsells that genuinely make the purchase more valuable to the consumer, but also upsells that make sense. It doesn't really make sense for us to be throwing in other products that are completely unrelated and saying, buy this in a bundle or buy this and get this one 50% off. But what made so much sense was offering the product in different sizes, charging more for those sizes, and then also offering it with a frame, because naturally the next thing people are gonna wanna do when they receive that product is they're gonna wanna hang it up on the wall and frame it and so on and so forth. So if we can also offer that for them, then we can make even more money on the product. Now let's talk about the marketing or the ad strategy that actually allowed me to go viral with this product. First and foremost, I started with TikTok Organic. So after ordering the product to UGC creators that I work with, I had them take pictures and videos of the product and start posting it on their TikTok accounts just to get some initial proof of concept and see if anything would do well. Like I suspected, within the first week, a very similar creative to the one that we saw ended up doing very, very well on TikTok. And that's when we knew we had something here, when sales were already rolling in. So what we did is we doubled down, we worked with a couple more UGC creators, and we started to get about 3 to 5 different ad creatives made every 3 days. And then we cycled these through on the TikTok Ads Manager and the Facebook Ads Manager as well. Very simple, very broad campaigns. Maybe I'll flash the campaign structure up in a second to show you guys exactly what we were running for this. But over time, we noticed that Facebook was performing a lot better for this product than TikTok. So again, we doubled down, we started spending more and more on Facebook, and we started aggressively scaling over a very short period of time until, of course, we cracked about $100,000 in just over a week. Now, email and SMS retargeting eventually started playing a role, and that's where we're making some of our sales from now. In the beginning, it isn't the most important thing, but you need to be capturing all of those leads, emails, phone numbers, and moving them into a software like Klaviyo that you can install in one click on the Shopify App Store, and you can start firing off email and SMS blasts over time to squeeze as much revenue from every customer as possible, not to mention when you do have special sales like a Mother's Day sale on your product. But to sum this up, the most important thing and the thing that allowed us to scale so high so quickly was having the best creatives. So we work with a bunch of different UGC creators that are very good at what they do. And in fact, a lot of these creators even came up with new marketing angles for me that I didn't even think of in the beginning. But the first thing that I did is I looked at all my competitors' videos out there. So I put all the TikTok links to all the competitor videos inside of a spreadsheet, and then I allowed my creators to access this. And I even gave them different marketing angles that I think they should create videos on. But like I said, we work with some very good creators that went ahead and they created their own marketing angles for us. And the key here was to have about 3 to 5 videos coming in every couple days that we could constantly test on our broad campaigns on Facebook. And that's what allowed us to scale so quickly. And this strategy has been the same one that I've been using for the past 6 to 12 months right now. And it's working so much better than anything I did before, because nowadays with dropshipping, the most important thing is the winning marketing angle. It's not the product. And with AI tools like mine that are building people a dropshipping store in less than 10 minutes, with thousands of people testing new dropshipping products and hopping into the space all the time, the thing that's gonna set you apart from everybody else is how creative your marketing is and how good your content actually is. Whether that's content organically or that's content for ads, this is the most important thing that you need to be focusing on right now. And I'll also have a community down below, again, 100% free for you guys to take advantage of, to get in there and network with like-minded individuals, to meet UGC creators and people that can work with you to help explode your marketing and make you more and more creative videos that are actually gonna perform in today's landscape. Now, lastly, we need to touch on turning your dropshipping store into a real e-commerce brand, or at least giving it a branded experience. Because after you're starting to scale up a little bit, maybe you're hitting your first 100,000, your first 6 figures, it's really important to build an experience where customers are actually gonna come back, because then you're not constantly chasing up the next customer to make that next bit of revenue. And that money that you're making from a returning customer is so much more valuable to your business because you didn't have to pay for it. You've already paid to acquire the customer the first time, and then they're coming back, and every single time that they come back, that's more and more profit for your business that you can use to continue growing and expanding. So building a real experience comes down to a few different things very early on, and that's custom packaging and private labeling the product. Now, these are the easiest things to do because, like I said, if you're working with a supplier like Zendrop, they can actually take care of all of this for you without you having to do anything. So it's super important to set yourself apart from other people, to work with the right supplier that can take care of this for you. And then eventually over time, you want to be developing the product, potentially iterating on it, actually listening to feedback, reviews, talking to your customers, and figuring out how to make a better experience for them. But that can come a little bit later down the line once you're making consistent sales and consistent money with your brand. The next most important thing, again, comes down to the supplier, which is having lightning fast shipping. Now, you can still fulfill out of China if you're using express logistics and it's actually getting to your customers' houses pretty fast. I'd say within a week. But most of the time, it's very difficult, especially with delays and, Chinese New Year and all different kinds of things going on. And so my recommendation is, as soon as possible, to hold at least some of your inventory in the United States. And again, that's where a great supplier like Zendrop comes into play, because they have US warehouses where you can actually hold your inventory. Now, the next most important thing is customer support teams. So when you're at scale, you're gonna be getting so many emails from customers, from prospects who haven't even purchased your product yet and who want to know more. And this is why you need to have a VA working around the clock, or multiple, for when that VA is sleeping, to be constantly answering these emails and texts and any issues that you're having. The first couple of weeks when you're just starting, you can probably take this on yourself, but after a certain point, I can tell you from experience, you will not be able to take care of customer support without having a VA or a VA team in place. I touched on this just before, but getting to know your customer, asking for feedback, listening to reviews, these things are super important when you're trying to build out a branded experience and improve upon your brand moving forward. And then lastly is making a real impact on customers' lives. So constantly thinking, how can I add a little bit more value into this person's life? How can I make their life a little bit more easier? And it's the smallest things, like thinking of, okay, okay, when somebody buys this product, they're probably gonna wanna frame it and put it on their wall, right? So maybe I should just offer that frame to them already on the product so they don't even have to worry about ordering another frame, assembling it, putting it on the wall, and then maybe I need to throw in a little hanging kit so that everybody can hang it on any type of wall. And it's the little things like that that go such a long way when you're trying to build out a brand and have customers return in the long run. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this case study. And if you want more, I have another brand that I could probably do a case study on within the next month or two. So let me know down below in the comments if you enjoyed this style of content. I hope you learned something. You can take some of the stuff that I talked about and put it into action right away. I also have free guides, like I said, the free AI store, all these resources to help you get started 100% free. So make sure you take full advantage of that stuff down below in the description. And as always, I appreciate all your guys' support. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in a few days. Peace.